the interesting about the economy is it's a trickle effect. It's the classic butterfly effect that you hear about. Everything really does affect everything, right? You guys talked about Taiwan semiconductors and how a lot of the chips were coming for the entire planet was supplied by that one company out of Taiwan Semiconductors. A lot of the chips were manufactured there and coming from there. I forget the percentage, but I believe it was 80, 90%.
90%, 80%.
90%, yeah. So a ridiculous amount. We realized, like, with the pandemic and everything going on, that we're heavily reliant on the East, on our supply chains and whatnot, for pretty much everything that's a necessity. Even the PPE, the personal protective equipment, and everything that was coming in for on the healthcare aspect of things was coming in from the East. I was actually on a project. We were on a project working with a business in California, and we were basically building a sales team for them to sell personal protective equipment. And the shipments and all the manufacturers were in, Malaysia, Taiwan, China, and whatnot. So we realized we're heavily reliant on everything from the East. And when it comes to chips, yeah, that's where a lot of it is coming from. And now with just different issues going on, political issues with sanctions and whatnot, issues with just negative sentiment towards the East, and a little bit of butting heads, issues in the Middle East with all things happening. And then, of course, the global pandemic, which shut down all these businesses for the last couple of years. Not even to mention the health crisis, but the actual business crisis and the economical impact that it's had, that, gets carried, and that shows up over time. There's a classic saying I've probably said a million times before that Warren Buffett says, when the tides go out, we'll see who was swimming naked. So right now, everybody looks like everybody's great and everybody's swimming in the waters and it's all good. But when the tides go out, you'll see who was swimming naked, right? Meaning, there's free money. There's, $5 trillion printed by the US government. There's all kinds of things going on in the markets. There's, just all the factors that are coming in. It was one of the big crashes that we experienced in our lifetimes, that we actually were old enough to understand, contextualize, and even be able to take part in, right? 2008 and the dot-com bubble in 2000. For our age groups, we usually, weren't in that age group to, I don't think anybody here really was in that age group to take advantage of that. But this was also one of those opportunities. So long story short, all these factors coming together to make what's happening today, which is the state of the economy and the state of the supply chains and what's happening globally. So it's affecting every single industry. It's affecting every market. And that's why I said something like this unravels over time.